Welcome to Jam. It is July 5th, and I want to say thank you for being patient while I was off during a vacation and getting married. And so now that I'm back, Jam bags began again this week and were dropped off on your porch. This time they had 4 activities for the whole month of July in one bag. So I invite you to listen in to the sacred story, and when it comes time for a time of response, you can do what was in your bag, or you could do anything that the story makes you think of and inspires you and makes you feel. So settle in, take a deep breath and get the wiggles out, and let's listen to the sacred stories of God. Welcome to the Worship Center. The Worship Center is a special place to be with God. In this place, we have all the time that we need, so we don't need to hurry. We can walk more slowly. We can talk quietly because someone might be talking to God and we don't want to disturb them. This is a special place to be with God. You can get ready to be with God all by yourself. You don't need me to help you get ready. One of the ways we get ready is by slowing our bodies down. So take a deep breath. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In this time, we have a special greeting that goes from after Easter through September. I say, Christ is risen, and you say, the Lord is risen indeed. Can you do it with me? Christ is risen. Good. Let's do it one more time so we kind of know it in our bones. Christ is risen. Good. Another way we get ready to be with God is by singing songs. One song we sing is about how much we adore God. Can you sing it with me? Oh God, I adore you. Lay my life before you. How I love you. Jesus, I adore you. Lay my life before you. How I love you. Spirit, I adore you. Lay my life before you. How I love you. Good. Another song we sing is about slowing our bodies down, because when we are still, we can know that God is. Be still and know. Can you sing it with me? Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Excellent. So when we sing these words, we know that it's time to hear the stories of God. So cross your legs or take your hands and hold them in your lap and get ready to listen to the sacred stories of God. This is the Sea of Galilee. So many important things happened by the Sea of Galilee that we need a little bit of it in our classroom. The sea is a wonderful and strange place When the wind blows, the sea becomes very rough and wild. And when the wind is calm, the sea is peaceful and still. Once there was a boat. In the boat were the disciples. Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, and Thomas were all in a boat. Once, when Jesus was teaching by the Sea of Galilee, so many people came to listen to him that he had to get into the boat to teach. So he got in, and he taught all day. When evening came, Jesus was tired. "Let's sail across the sea," he said. So he laid down because he was tired. And the boat began to sail. Suddenly, a strong wind came and began to blow and beat on the ship. It began making the sea very rough and wild, and waves beat into the boat. It began filling with water. Jesus was still sleeping. "Wake up!" they cried. "We're drowning. Don't you care?" Jesus got up. He said to the wind, "Peace, be still." He said to the sea that was rough and wild, "Peace, be still." The wind became peaceful and still. There was a great calm. "Why are you afraid?" Jesus asked the disciples. "Have you still no faith?" They were amazed and wondered, "Who is this person? Even the wind and the sea do what he says." I wonder what it's like to be in such a great storm. I wonder how Jesus was able to sleep when the storm was so strong and blowing. I wonder how the wind feels when it is blowing the sea. I wonder how the sea feels being rough and wild. I wonder why the sea did what Jesus told him to do. I wonder how the sea feels being calm. I wonder how the disciples feel. I wonder why the disciples are following Jesus. I wonder if they would continue to follow Jesus if he were not doing amazing things like calming the sea. I wonder what the disciples told their family and friends when they came to the shore. So now that we've heard the sacred stories of God, it is a time of response. And in this time, it is designed to be an open time of response. You could do what was in your jam bag on your porch, or you could go to the craft area of your home and do anything that the story makes you inspired or feel. So, I invite you to go and respond to the story after you've paused this video. Now is our time of Thanksgiving. In this time, we light the Christ candle to remind us that Christ is present and here with us, here and now. The story that we heard today is found in the Bible. It was found in the Gospel, the stories about Jesus, the Gospel of Mark, chapter 4, verses 35 to 41. You can read it with me, or you can pause the video and read it yourself. On that day, when evening had come, he said to them, "Let us go across to the other side." And leaving the crowd behind, they took him with them in the boat, just as he was. Other boats were with him. A great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that the boat was already being swamped. But he was in the stern, asleep on the cushion. And they woke him up and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care what we are perishing?" He woke up and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." Then the wind ceased, and there was a dead calm. He said to them, "Why are you afraid? Have you still no faith?" And they were filled with great awe and said to one another, "Who then is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" Now it is time for us to give thanks to God. You can say something that you were thankful for in the story. You can say something that you're thankful for in the work that you did today when you responded to the story. You could say thank you for something in your life or something outside. So now, I invite you to pray with me. You can pray out loud, or you can pray inside, because God hears that too. So, I invite you to pray with me. Dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for the story about Jesus. Let us ask good questions about why we follow Jesus. I ask this in God's precious name. Amen. I'm going to change the light now. The light of Christ is in one place at one time. Watch. Now the light of Christ is in many places at all times, with you at home and with me here. May the light of Christ go with us wherever we go this week. This ends our time of worship. So I invite you to warm up your benediction hands. Hold them out to me. The love of God go with you. Go in peace. Amen.